Hi everybody, this is Texas Joe Valles, and we're coming back again on YouTube. Haven't been on in about 5 years, since 2017, on a regular basis. So I'm shooting my first YouTube video for you all in a long time. And we're going to showcase this guitar right here, made in Korea, Squier Strat, that I've owned for a long time. Anyway, welcome back and hello. I'll be posting this one up tonight. Today is Thursday, June 3rd, 2021, on a rainy day here in Austin, a little past 3 o'clock. And hello, hope you're doing good. I've been doing a lot on YouTube. Some of you have been following me on YouTube, but this is the first one for, I've been doing a lot on Facebook, and now I'm finally going back and starting to do stuff on YouTube, video on YouTube. They seem to last a lot longer on YouTube, and like I said, I hadn't done any since 2017 on a regular basis. So depending on how this one goes, you're gonna start seeing more frequent videos of me on YouTube. Again, from Austin, Texas. Hello, greetings. Like I said, on a rainy afternoon, and gonna do a video on this guitar. So anyway, those of you who care and want to see something more about me or who I am, I'm all over the internet. Just Google Texas Joe Valles, or else my band, the Valles Flying Machine, Valles, Valles Flying Machine. We got a bunch of stuff going on, but let's just get to this guitar real quick and see how this video goes. Like I said, I haven't done one in a long time. I've been doing a lot on Facebook Live. If you're a friend on Facebook, Valles Flying Machine or Joe Valles, you'll see a lot of stuff that I do on Facebook Live. But we're going back to YouTube and start doing that on a regular basis, because those seem to be more permanent for me, and they seem to work well. And we got a lot of projects going on, so I want people to know about them. So anyway, let's go back some years and talk about my band, the Valles Flying Machine. We used to do a lot of shows in bars, biker bars, and real funky places, out at ranch parties, and just some of these gigs, a lot of fun, some of them very questionable, and also the weather, either really cold outside or really hot. Texas, mainly in Texas and northern Mexico, there's only 2 seasons, very hot or very cold. Of course, the very cold and muggy too, jungle weather, like nobody's business. We have because part of Texas I'm originally from is closer to the Tropic of Capricorn. We get a lot of muggy, jungly kind of weather, and I'm close to the coast also, to the Gulf of Mexico, South Padre Island. So I'm originally from Brownsville, Texas. We do a lot of shows around the Rio Grande Valley, South Texas, and it's a lot of muggy weather or really cold weather. Jump over to Mexico, also a lot of muggy weather, a lot of cold weather. So you have to take that into consideration when you purchase a guitar or use a guitar on a regular basis. And another thing, when you cross into Mexico, you have to be ready to give up a guitar, because if your papers are wrong in any way, shape, or form, you have to be careful, because you could lose your instruments. You lose your guitar. So most people try to avoid taking expensive guitars coming and going, because you never know. I've heard horror stories of people losing their guitars or getting them confiscated by Mexico's version of the Border Patrol, or just their border checkpoint people, or the police, because you don't have proper documentation. So anyway, on that sense, and the fact that we did a lot of gigs in funky, questionable places, biker bars and crazy parties and stuff, we'd take just about any gig we could get. I just started to think on the value of my instruments. I wanted to get something cheap or inexpensive to play at these gigs. We didn't get paid a lot. It didn't hurt me. We did it for free. It didn't bother me. Or if we were going across to Mexico and should get confiscated, it wouldn't bug me too much. So I started digging around, looking in the pawn shops and looking in the classifieds for a cheaper guitar. So back in the mid-90s, I found this thing. It's not the original color. It was like a dark automotive blue. I call it Nissan blue or Toyota blue, one of these industrial dark blue colors, with a rosewood neck. And I said, I'll use this thing. This will be a good guitar to use to play all these questionable gigs or the freebie gigs, and not take my more expensive instruments or things that had a lot of value to me, sentimental value. If I lost this guitar, well, I lost it. So I bought this guitar. It cost me about $140, $145 in a pawn shop in Brownsville, Texas. And I kept it for a long time, real simple. It had its original pickups. All of it was original. Korean Strat, about 1994 is, I believe, the model of this year. It was real good. It had a thicker neck on it and never warped or fretted out on me or anything. And it had a heavier body. It has a heavier body. So I liked it. It had a good weight to it, about 8 pounds, I believe. It's a little bit 7 point, I don't know, 7.8, 7.9, 7.10, around there. Maybe 8, around ballpark around there. But it's got a chunkier feel to it. I like the weight because it's like a 70s body, a 70s Fender body. They were a little heavier. But it has the contours like a 60s Strat. I like that, or an early 70s Strat. It had deep contour on it. And the shape, I just enjoyed it. It had a fatter neck also. This neck handled the cold and the hot really, really well. Stayed in tune pretty good. So I'm pretty glad about that. So, so I was glad about that. I went to California for the majority of the 90s. I went back and played over there, and I moved back to Texas in June of '98, and we started getting more gigs in Mexico and across South Texas, and the need for a bargain guitar came up again. So I was looking through my stash and I found this thing, and I said, well, let me work on this thing and get it together. It took me a while. This is the early 90s, so I pulled this guitar out again. I used it a lot. I played in Mexico with it, but I changed it. I painted a psychedelic color. There might be some pictures of me out there playing it. My mother, God bless her, she painted the pickguard for me. That's the first mod. Put a sunflower in it, which honors the border, Tex-Mex border, because there's a lot of sunflowers in the northern part of Mexico and the southern part of Texas. Some vines, a palm tree. My name, Texas Joe Valles. My brother, Noe Valles. Eloy Valles, which is the brothers for the Valles Brothers Band with Valles Flying Machine. My mom did that for me, and I thank her dearly. And I've never taken it off. I've kept that. The body was a psychedelic colors, green and blue and purple and all kinds of weird stuff. But I decided to, about 10 years ago, 2000, well, about 2006, 2007, around there, I decided to strip the guitar and paint it pink. And the reason I used pink was for many reasons. First of all, one of the rarest colors was shell pink from Fender. And they had them from the 50s onward, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. They used pink, shell pink color, and I always liked it. Plus, there's another thing for it, another reason I had it. Pink, when you have a pink guitar, I noticed guitar players when I was living out in California watching bands, when a band had a pink guitar, girls naturally went up to talk to the guitar player when he had a pink guitar, and they'd want to hold it and touch it and take pictures with it. Well, lo and behold, I did the same thing, and it works. Using a pink guitar, girls go up on stage, girls go up to the stage and ask you questions or hit you up afterwards and, strike up conversation. Also, real serious guitar players and Fender collectors know that Fender's, one of the rarest colors is pink, shell pink or coral pink. So I got this guitar. I got a good friend of mine, John Douglas, to paint it about 2006, 2007, to paint this guitar. It's just a simple spray can paint job. He sanded it. You can still see some of the marks where it went uneven. I did some of the sanding too. But he painted it, and it's just paint. It's just like 3 or 4 coats of paint. No lacquer on it, so it doesn't have a protective coat. It's just like that. I just wanted an airy kind of quality, natural quality to it. You can tell one of my roadies through the years didn't take care of it because it has a scratch right here. Went right down to the paint, to the raw old blue paint, the foundation, or the old paint that it had on there, or one of the original colors, whatever. So you can see that a deep gouge got to it, but for the most part it stayed pretty good, and it stayed pink. So I did some mods on it, and when I moved up to Austin in 2017, I decided I wanted to get this guitar fixed and use it out here in Austin, because again, the weather, I moved in the summer and I was thinking, we're going to start playing again. I want a guitar that can handle the weather, and then also if we do free gigs, biker bars, crazy places, play in a ghetto area or whatever, just risky places, I'll play anywhere. Not that we're going to looking for trouble, but if we do, something that can, if it gets broken or damaged, or it's out in the sun or out in the cold, it won't hurt me so much to have it out there. And should it break, I'm okay because it didn't cost me that much. So I pulled out this guitar and I decided to make some changes. First of all, I put some EMG pickups in it. I put better pick pots for the EMGs. I put a Trev Wilkinson tremolo system. I really like Trev Wilkinson's trem systems with his big, if you can tell, with his big block in there that's compensated for the string pull. And I also did this. I got Planet Waves tuning keys. They lock. They're very precisionally tuned, so they turn real well. The gear ratio is extremely smooth, and they cut the string once they spin and lock. When they spin and lock, the key itself cuts the string, so you don't have any spare string hanging around that might poke you or hurt somebody if they get too close to the stage while you're playing. So that's what I did. What's original in the guitar is the nut, the neck. It feels great. I like it. It's lacquered, the original lacquer from the 90s. I had the fretboard cleaned, and I also had the frets recrowned, and they're the original frets. They're big, they're chunky. I mean, sometimes it's funny, some of these things, Fender, Squier, or whoever that built these guitars in Korea, they did the right thing by putting bigger frets on them, or just the Fender people deciding to put bigger frets. These are the original frets, and I played this guitar a lot, and it's still there. I put a bigger weird little deal here on the Strat button with a deep long screw so it won't play around. And I did this other thing here and put this weird Strat button on there also. So what's original is the body. Of course, it's painted pink by my buddy John Douglas of Southmost Aviation in Brownsville. The body's original. The pickguard's original. My mom painted it. The knobs are original, but the pots are different. The input jack is original. No, excuse me, the football plate here for the input jack is original, but not the jack. The jack is a newer one, Switchcraft. Again, the neck, the nut are original, and the 4-bolt plate is original, but not the screws. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces original. But I did change the pickups, the knobs, the 5-way switch, the keys, and these roller string trees, or plastic roller with metal roller string trees. This guitar's cool. I like it a lot. It sounds great. It sounds awesome. I'm going to play a little bit clean for you all. I have it on 3 with the EMGs with a 9-volt battery. I'm playing a damage control. They're not made anymore, but a tube preamp called a damage control demonizer. It's going into an Ampeg PF350 bass head, one of the small little bass heads, into a Marshall 4x12 AVT made in England cabinet with Celestians. And through the effects loop of the Ampeg bass amp, I'm running a Line 6 delay. And the reason for that is these amps hold well. They're light, and they hold well with effects pedals. They sound really, really good. And I'm really happy with them. I've had them for quite some time now. I think for about 6 years, 5-6 years, I've been using these Ampeg PF350s, and I'm happy. Although I am going to make a change and go back to my Marshalls, and I'm probably going to get some smaller heads. I'm thinking of high watt orange, or maybe some custom made brand, but I'm also looking at the new Marshall Origin series, so we'll see. But for now, these Ampeg 350s hold well. They're light, they're small, compact. I like them a lot, and I mainly color them with an overdrive pedal anyway. So I'm using the Demonizer overdrive pedal from Damage Control, but I am going to kick in a minute for lead playing to smoothen things out and fatten things up. A PhD pedals out of Waco, Texas, Orboros overdrive, and this is a nod to the Crowther Audio Hotcake from New Zealand. I love that pedal. A lot of people seem to like that pedal. It's kind of a sleeper pedal from New Zealand, the Crowther Audio Hotcake. And Corey Hackworth of PhD Pedals does a homage and a big nod towards the Crowther Audio Hotcake with his Orboros overdrive pedal from PhD. A couple more tweaks. The Crowther Audio Hotcake has only 3 knobs, but Corey Hackworth of PhD has put in 5 knobs on it and 2 tweaker switches in front. But inside the pedal, it also has a couple more tweakers in there that you can mess with. So this thing, you can really sculpt the sound a lot with it. It sounds beautiful. I've had it for about a week, and I bought it late last week of May, and it's good. I like it a lot. Very well built, very tough, great tone. So we'll play that a little bit, and with this Strat, so you can hear what it does. So anyway, coming here to Austin, I took this guitar to Robot Monster Music in San Antonio, and they put the pickups in. They cleaned the fretboard. They put the keys on. They put the tremolo on, and guitar's fantastic. Tuned it. Did a setup on it. It sounds great. So let me play it real quick, and so you can hear what it sounds like. Semi overdriven. And this is the back pickup. Back pickup right here. But let's play it clean here real quick. I'm going to put it on 3. I love that bell-like quality, bell tone-like quality of EMGs. They have a beautiful sound to them. Okay, and plus it's better. I think I got the idea from David Gilmour of Pink Floyd, because I use so many pedals. I think these pickups translate better with the battery to pedals. So here we go. That's position 1. Position 2. 2 is these 2 pickups together. Position 3. This pickup by itself. By the way, the volumes are and the tones are full up, or the tones are full up, but the volume is on 3. It's position 3. This one by itself. Position 4. These 2 pickups together, and then position 5. This pickup by itself. Again, position 5, position 4, position 3, position 2, and position 1. Okay, 1 does not have a tone knob on it. Only the middle pickup and the front pickup have a tone tied to them. Let's play a little bit here. You hear the difference with the front pickup, with the middle pickup on position 2, position 3. Position 4. There's position, the tone knobs rolled off, and then position 5 with a tone rolled off. Great sound. So now we're going to go to the overdriven